Have you been in a situation where you have a bunch of champions and you're going like, when am I gonna get these to level 60? Well, let me tell you, I have a couple of those champions and today we're talking about them. I believe, you know what, actually, I'm gonna hold off on one champion for later on in the video. Yeah, I'm gonna be a little bit naughty, alright?
Excellent.
But let's go through my champions, okay? Seeing which ones haven't I leveled up and why. Shame on me, you know. Let's start from the bottom. I'm gonna go through quickly some of the champions, why I want them higher up, and also I feel like a lot of people are in this situation, specifically for my account. Hold on, I'm just gonna actually do this. There we go. That, you know, you can. So what's I recently pulled Madame Ceres. I think she doesn't have any gear on. Some characters, some champions is just, you know, you either need them for Cursed City or now Grim Forest specifically. Madame Ceres is a really good champion. I haven't had the time, resources, or anything in order to like level her up. But having like, let's go through her kit. Attacks one enemy, has a 20% chance of placing a fear. This chance increases. The fear thing, I don't know, not that much. But this one attacks all enemies, has a 40% chance of stealing a random buff from each target. Places a block debuffs on all allies for 2 turns. If any buff is stolen, place a true fear. And then this one removes all buffs from enemies, places a 50% decrease attack debuff and a 6% decrease defense on all enemies. I am lacking removing buffs from enemies, specifically in Grim Forest, and I feel like I need more of them. I'm not saying that she would be super good for Grim Forest specifically, but this is one of the reasons why I would want to level her up, because I don't have many of them. I have like Geo that can remove buffs, maybe a couple more, I'm not sure, but like this is one of them 100%. Her passive as well plays the shield buff on this the max HP at the start of each turn. When attacked while under shield has a I mean, mostly would be for the A3, I would guess, or I would say. Who else? This one, I have 2 of them. They are kind of good, but they're not maxed, and I have a couple of them. I would love to try out Inquisitor Shamil. Just looking at rankings, he's really good at Hydra, but it's one of those things again where I'm like, maybe he doesn't fit there. Maybe I have better champions, but he would fit. Yeah, I'm looking Doom Tower and Grim Forest specifically, and Cursed City for that matter. That's where I have maybe 2 champions that are really good at this, but I need more of those when especially they're locked out and don't, you know, I don't have it. Like, I could clearly clear other stages if I had certain champions unlocked, but sometimes they're not. So yeah, Inquisitor Shamil is also one of them, specifically. Another one that I want to try out for Firelord is Nelder Rhineblade. Is the simple fact that like he attacks so many times, so he can just melt down the shield of the Firelord. His A1 is attack 3 times. His A2 is attack 4 times. And I believe he has a chance of placing freeze as well. And like all of his abilities is like attacking enemies X amount of times, and he's 4.9 on Fire Castle. I have the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle team for that. They're doing great, but I would really want to test out Nelder Rhineblade. Now, we're coming up to the guy that I'm talking about, but I'm gonna have to go through a couple more. Royal Guard is really good. Let's see, because of the enemy max HP, attacks all enemies, the takedown here. I haven't gotten her up, like I don't know how long I've had her for, but or him, I'm not sure. Looking at that ass, yeah, that's a him probably. Yeah, that's a guy ass, I think. Yeah. I've heard really good news about him. Yeah, Spider's then super good as well. Again, resources. I mean, some of these I have like sort of upgraded, kind of okay, good gear, as well as I've completely forgot to mention this. Faction Guard, faction wars, faction guard, faction champions. It's one of those where, like, you know, you're missing so much because you haven't spent the the energy and the silver and the gear on certain champions. Scathix I'm trying out for Amius now, but again, not level 6, no masteries, no relic for that matter. I'm trying to skill him up. This is a guy, again, like remove all debuffs from all allies, then place a block debuffs and a shield buff on all allies. Huge. Okay, attacks all enemies, has a 75% chance of stealing one random buff from each enemy. Huge. Attacks one enemy, has a 30% chance of placing decreased debuff for 2 turns. Like, sometimes I look at Hell Hades and looking like my to my champions and going like, okay, which champions are really good, and apparently this guy sticks out. We'll see. But again, him, yeah, 100%. Duden, be a very, very tanky guy. Okay, Lodestone Class attacks one enemy, has a 50% chance of removing one random debuff from all allies. Oh my god. A2 attacks all enemies, place a shield buff on all allies for 2 turns equal to 15% of this champion's max HP. Increase the duration of all buffs on all allies by 1 turn. Muy bueno. Place a taunt on his A3 buff on this champion for 1 turn. Also place a 25% chance strengthen buff and a counterattack buff on this champion for 2 turns. Again, you can see, like, I mean, I got a little red star there. Now he doesn't have any gear. This is again another one of those champions. This one more recently, Hilvi. This is one of those champions where I'm like, I mean, I recently got her and I want her like up to level 60 ASAP, but she's kind of stuck in between. The reason why I don't have any more chickens. Other reason why is I got the silver for it, I believe, but I don't have the skill tomes. I do not have the energy to get the masteries. You really need to focus on one thing and then just solely focus on that and going for that. Seeker's another one. You know, half cooked, or not completely cooked. He's a little bit raw still. You know what I mean? Again, Venom Mage is apparently also very good for Amius. Level like 5-star, level 50. Not even level 50. No masteries. Masteries is probably the biggest thing, but thank God for the 2 times for Minotaurus. Would love to go get him up as well. There's just so many. Like, look, no skills, no books on this guy. Quintus, he does amazing damage in arena. Nothing. Got a little bit of gear, no masteries, no skill books. This is not the one. But this one is just, I should be ashamed. Coldheart should be at level 6 at this point. The amount of times I've used her is just insane. In Cursed City, in Grim Forest, so many places. Again, not level 50 yet. Magnar, his damage is freaking insane in clearing waves. Tagore has probably been level 50 for so long. Not a single mastery point. Now, there might be a couple more here. Xenomorph, same thing there. Really want to test out his poison. Okay, Kymar as well. His AoE seems really, really nice. Some of these champions I'm using at level 50. I'm like, oh shit, they're good, but they need to be level 60. The biggest one, I'm not sure if you can tell. I was lucky to pull Oscron from a primal. A lot of people talk about, I've heard him being mentioned a couple times. Let's put it this way. I use him in live arena whenever they ban or they use Arbiter. This is my go-to guy for the speed. Not only for the speed, obviously. It has a 28% speed in arena battles, which is really nice. However, oh my god, no books as well. Like, for the people who really want him, and me he's just sitting here collecting dust, kind of, is just, I'm sorry. Okay? He's A1. Let's go through his kit, because he's just incredible. Right? French. A1. Attacks one enemy. Has a 50% chance of increase the cooldown of random active skill on the target by 2 turns. Also fills the turn meters of all allies by 10%. Star Sage Galather, hello. His A2. Magics of Earth. Dude, when you land these abilities, the A2 and A3, when you land them, you're like, now you're fine. Here we go. Has a 75% chance of removing all buffs from all enemies. That's not it though. Decrease the turn meter of all enemies whose turn meter is equal to or lower than 50% by 20%. If an enemy's turn meter is more than 50% full, decrease it to 50%. And this has a 75% chance of placing a stun debuff for 1 turn on enemies whose turn meter was reduced to 50%. When I land this, I get so freaking happy. And then we have this ability. A3 to death unsurrendered. Teams up with all allies to attack a single enemy. The allies joining the attack will use their default skill before attacking, places a 50% increase buff and a 7.5% shatter buff on all allies for 2 turns. Decrease the cooldown of all allies' active skills except this if the target is. Now, shatter is just so maybe you should have like a search bar at this. Here we go at the bottom. Increases the champion's ignore defense by 7.5 or 15%. He has the 7.5%, but still really nice, especially when you team up. Everyone gets it, and then just all surge on the guy is just beautiful. Oh, his passive. Allies inflict 20% more damage against enemies under a stun debuff. Again, he can stun all of them. Whenever an ally is killed, instantly activates the Magics of Earth skill. Will not put the skill on cooldown. If there are multiple champions on the team with the skill, only one will activate. The skill will not activate on duplicated copies of this champion if this particular champion is dead. Magics of Earth, I believe, is this one with the stun. If I gear this guy, he's very I really want to bait now. He's very squishy, but again, he's level 50 as well, but he's very squishy, and that's all because of sort of the gear and everything. But yeah, accuracy and speed, I believe, is very important on the guy. But yeah, I just go on Hell Hades and check it out there. But I'm thinking of maybe I'm trying to get to a point where I can actually, you know, think for myself and, you know, think like, oh, what would be good here? From experience, tankier, a lot of speed and accuracy. That would probably fit him. He's not like, I want to utilize, he's not about damage. He's about removing buffs, stunning the enemy champions, fucking teams up with all allies, and then turn meter as well. A speed because, you know, the more he attacks, the more, you know, this. And right now, if someone just, he can easily get one shot, or almost two shot it. So yeah, he's too squishy for my taste currently. But again, yeah, this is the biggest regret I have, because I play a lot of and again, I use him, but it feels bad because I know he could be so much stronger. And sometimes, I'm not kidding, when I play live arena, I pick this guy, people ban him. Even though he's 50, people ban him. I get it, because when I land my abilities, holy shit, they're fucked. Tell it. So yeah, those are the hidden gems that I haven't gone around to. And the reason again for this is a couple reasons, and I'll mention them once again. It's a mix of skill books, silver, energy, when it comes to masteries and stuff, the gear for them as well, especially if they're really good. You want the best pieces for them. Free gear removal, I guess, but those are the factors that, you know, you have. And then sort of philosophizing a little bit at the end, you always want more and new champions, but how often do you question, can I actually afford getting this guy up right now? And most often than not, for me, that's not the case. I mean, look at Hilda here. Hilda, right? Hilvi. I just got her. She's level 33, kind of skilled, no masteries, and gear, I guess. But, you know, it's, yeah, it's one of those in between. So you really, like, one thing that I could be better at is just like, all right, I'm going for this now. Getting that guy up. Boom, done. And not just spreading myself thin through all these champions. If I had put less gear and silver on Royal Guard and some other champions, this is, well, I mean, I got her recently, but you have to get the point. There, I could easily get more champions to level 60 at this point if I focus on specific champions rather than like all of them. Yeah. Guys, which champions do you have in the tavern that you're like, oh man, I need to get this guy up? Is it as bad as Osgren? is it even worse? Imagine having a mythical like that. Oh my, that will probably be me sooner, like soon, because I'm about to get either Mikage and even Empress, and they cannot sit collecting dust. Anyways, what kind of champions do you have collecting dust in your tavern? And would love to know. Leave it in the comments, and I'll see you guys next time.